Good morning, students. Today we will try to understand coordination in plants. In animals, nervous system was responsible for the control and coordination. Now let's try to understand in plants what is responsible for the coordination. Plants respond to light, touch, gravitational force and other stimulus. Okay. Stimulus is nothing but a change in the external environment or surrounding. Now the growth in plant is controlled by certain chemical substances known as plant hormones or phytohormones. The chemical substance that controls or coordinates the activities in plants is known as plant hormones or phytohormones, and the movement of plant in the direction of stimulus is called tropism. So the response of the plant in direction of the stimulus, the stimulus can be sunlight or gravitational force. For example, the root is growing downwards towards a gravitational force. Stimulus is a gravitational force, and what kind of response is a plant showing? By the root growing downwards. That is known as my tropism, movement of plant in the direction of stimulus. Plant responds to external stimulus. Plants use electrochemical means to convey information from cell to cell. It uses electrical means as well as chemical means to convey the information from cell to cell. That is, your electrical signals and chemicals are being used to convey the information. Sensitive plants move very quickly in response to touch that are independent of the direction of the stimulus. Now, this comes under nastic movement. Actually, plant movements can be categorized into two. One is tropic movement and the other one is nastic movement. Now, what do I mean by this statement? You will understand it later when I'll deal with it in detail. Now, let's try to understand one of the example that is related to non-directional movement or nastic movement. The folding up and drooping of leaves of the sensitive plant touch me not, that is Mimosa pudica, when lightly touched is an example. This is a scientific name. Here, let's understand this. This is a leaflet, and below the leaf you can see a bulge structure that is known as pulvinus. This pulvinus, the cells inside the pulvinus are filled with cells. They are known as turgid cells. Now, when you touch these leaves, what happens is the signals, a chemical signal is sent. Okay, that acts on all these pulvinus. It is conveyed through this midrib and it passes through all these pulvinus, and this pulvinus loses water. When it loses water, what happens? The leaves close. When it is filled with water, the leaves are open. But when the pulvinus becomes, when the cells become shriveled up or it loses water, the leaf just close. Plant cells change shape by changing the amount of water in them, resulting in swelling or shrinking, thereby changing shape. When it is turgid, the leaves are open. When it is when we see the water is lost, the leaves close. This is known as thigmo. Thigmo is to do with touch. Nasty means it is nastic movement or non-directional movement. Plant movements. The movements of the individual plant parts or organs of plant like shoot, root, etc. are due to some external stimulus like light, force of gravity, chemical substance, water, etc. It is a directional growth, directional or tropic movement. Nastic is non-directional movement. Now, whereas tropic movements are directional movement. It is a directional growth or movement of a plant organ in response to an external stimulus. Now, here an organ of a plant, it can be root, stem, Okay, it could be a leaf or a flower. They show a response to an external stimulus. Now, growth towards the stimulus is positive tropism. Example, roots. Now it is moving towards the gravitational force. So the roots are showing positive tropism, whereas the shoot is negative. It shows negative tropism. The shoot is moving away from the gravitational force. The shoot is it shows negative tropism. And growth away from the stimulus is negative tropism. Tropic movements are classified as follows depending on the type of stimulus causing it. Phototropism. Here the tropic movement is because of light. The stimulus is light over here. Geotropism, the stimulus is gravity over here. Hydrotropism, it is the water. Chemotropism, it is nothing but the chemicals. Phototropism, the movement or the shoot, bending of the shoot towards a source of light. That is an example of phototropism, or growth of the shoot towards a source of light. Whereas the root shows negative phototropism. It is moving away from the source of light. Geotropism, root is moving towards the gravitational force, whereas shoot is moving away from the gravitational force. That is negatively geotropism. Hydrotropism. Hydrotropism, the root is moving towards a source of water. Chemotropism, the pollen tube is moving towards the ovule for the fertilization process. Okay, the growth of a pollen tube towards the ovule is an example of chemotropism. Let's try to understand this phototropism with the help of an activity. Aim to study the response of plant to light. Materials required: conical flask, small piece of wire mesh, water, 2 or 3 freshly germinated bean seeds, and cardboard box open from one side. This is a cardboard box which is open from one side. The conical flask, on top of this conical flask you have wire mesh and few bean seeds, freshly germinated bean seeds, that is placed over here, and plant roots. This whole thing is a cardboard, and this is an open window. Now look here, this is a window and the source of light is coming from only one side. So what is happening? There is a bending of shoot system towards the source of light. It means it is positively phototropic. Can you see root moving towards the source of sunlight? No, it is negatively phototropic. So this is to do with the tropic movements or directional movements. Plant hormones or phytohormones. It can be defined as chemical substance which is produced naturally in plants and are capable of translocation and regulating one or more physiological processes when present in low concentration. Now this plant hormones or phytohormones, first of all, they are produced in a very less quantity. Okay, and they are capable of controlling more than one physiological function. Might be they can bring about one particular hormone can bring about cell enlargement as well as cell division. So it is controlling more than one function, as well as the site of action is different from the site of production. Might be it is produced in the shoot system, but its action takes place in the root system. So we see that they are capable of translocation. They can move from the site of its production and regulate one or more physiological processes when present in low concentration. Plant hormones help to coordinate growth, development, and response in the environment. They are synthesized at a place away from where they act and simply diffuse in the area of action. Now, from one place to the other, how is it able to translocate? By means of diffusion. Diffusion is nothing but movement of molecules from a region of higher concentration to a region of lower concentration. Now let's look at these phytohormones. These 3 phytohormones are known as growth promoters. Auxins. They are synthesized at the shoot tip of the plant body. It brings about cell elongation, root formation, cell division, respiration, water uptake. So these are the very important functions that auxins bring about, and this is produced at the shoot tip. It plays an important role in the development of seedless fruits. Gibberellins. This is a second growth promoting hormone. It brings about stem elongation, seed germination and flowering is because of gibberellins. Maximum concentration of gibberellin is found in fruits and seeds. So it promotes fruit formation and seed formation. Cytokinins produced in dividing cell throughout the plant. If the cells are constantly dividing, it means cytokinin is present in that. In mature plant, it is produced in root tips and are translocated to the shoot. Cell division, breaking the dormancy of seeds. It means a period of rest. Period of rest. Dormancy is nothing but the period of rest. Here what we see is certain seeds, for it to germinate, it takes some time only when it gets the right condition. For example, when you sow the moong seeds, what happens is it takes some time for it to be germinated. Suppose if we don't give it, don't soak it in water. Okay, we just give it dry condition, it will not germinate. So what is the right condition here? It is getting water. Moong seeds are getting water, so it is germinating. Dormancy is nothing but the period of rest where it is not germinating. Dormancy of seeds and buds. Phloem transport. Transportation of food by phloem is controlled by cytokinin. Delay aging in leaves and promote opening of stomata. So these are the various functions that is carried out by the cytokinin.